welcome back to virtual art class. Now, last week we did a whole unit on superheroes, and this week we are going to be talking about animals, specifically one animal. Now, I know all my Huffman Academy boys and girls know what our mascot is. We are the Huffman Academy Wildcats. So I thought it would be really cool today if we draw our own wildcat. Okay, now a wildcat is kind of like it's any really big cat that you can find at a zoo. You can't have a wildcat as a pet. They're not like house cats. So we are going to be drawing our own big wildcat today. So you just follow along with me and let's get started, okay? You will need a pencil, paper, and something to color with, just like always. Now, for this particular drawing, I have turned my paper sideways so it is in landscape rather than portrait because our animal is going to be rather long. So a wildcat as opposed to a giraffe is really tall. A wildcat is really long. So that's why I have my paper like this. Okay, we're going to take it a step at a time. Now we're going to do the same thing that we've done in the past when drawing people, is we're going to start at the top and slowly go to the bottom. So we always start with the head. So what I'm going to do first for my wildcat is I'm going to draw a circle for the head. So towards the side right here, I'm going to draw a circle. Not too big and not too small, because if I make it too big, I won't have enough room for the rest of the body. If I make it too small, it will be pretty hard to see. So I made it about the size of my fist, maybe a little bit bigger. All right, and then after you have your head done, I'm gonna add another circle towards the bottom. It's almost like you're drawing a circle inside of a circle. Now this is gonna be the snout, or like the muzzle of the cat. Now cats have different faces to humans because they have a bunch of stuff kind of right here, like their nose and their mouth are all connected in sort of a snout shape. So that's what this is going to be. So this lower circle right here, I can already add a little nose. So I'm going to add a little tiny circle for a nose. And I'll go ahead and add a little smile. Now for a cat smile, it's kind of connected. So it's almost like a little W shape. Let me get you really close so you can see. There we go. So it's like two capital J's kind of connected to each other rather than just a single smile. Okay. After we do that, we're gonna need to add some stripes and stuff. So I'm gonna come above the snout right here and I'm gonna add two straight lines. So it kind of divides the face in two. And I'm going to add 2 circles for the eyes. Now I went ahead and colored the eyes in so they'll be easier to see. Okay, so now our wildcat has eyes, nose, and mouth, and we're going to add some ears. So I'm just going to add 2 little curves at the top of the head for the ears, 1 and 2, just like that. So I'll get your nice and close so you can see the face so far. All right, now after we're done with the face and the head, we're going to move down to the body. So wildcats walk on all 4s. They don't walk on 2 legs. So we need to have our body kind of facing side to side or horizontally. So I'm going to start at this side of the head and I'm going to go down and stop. So this line is going to be curved for the back, and now I'm going to start by drawing one of the back legs. Okay, once you're done with this first line, I'm going to add 1 foot going up. Okay, and then stop. Okay, now before we keep going, the way that this wildcat will look more real is when you're facing the side, not all of your legs are on one side of your body. You have 2 on your right side and 2 on your left side. So we'll have to create that illusion with our wildcat. So what we'll do is we'll start off by only drawing 2 legs on one side, okay? I know it sounds crazy, just walk through it with me and I'll show you what I mean. So this is our first leg. So let me get my reference picture up again, okay. Let's do a long line for the body. And then I'm going to add 1 more leg up here. and I'm gonna connect it to the head. Okay, so right now, it looks like our Wildcat only has 2 feet. It looks like they just have 1 arm and 1 leg in the back. But we know that a Wildcat has 4, 2 arms and 2 legs. So we need to create that illusion here. So what we're gonna do, after we have this shape, we're gonna move to the back part of the body right here. And I'm going to add 1 more leg so it looks like it's behind on the other side. So I'm gonna add 1 more leg coming out that looks like it's behind this first part of the body. So I'm not gonna overlap the shape that we just did. I'm gonna draw another leg, but I'm gonna make it behind. And I need to do the same thing on the front to make sure it has all 4. So what I'm gonna do is, I want my Wildcat to be walking. So what I'm gonna do is at the very front, past this first leg right here, I'm gonna add 1 more kind of curved line so it looks like it's walking. Okay, so now it looks like our Wildcat has 4 legs, 2 arms and 2 legs, but it looks like it's facing the side, so it looks more real. Okay, all right, that was the hardest part of this drawing, so as long as you can get the arms and the legs down, you are good to go from here, okay? Now, another thing we need to add is the tail. So what I'm gonna do is, the very end of our Wildcat right here, I'm gonna do a wiggly line and then stop. Now this is the same thing that we did last week for the superheroes. Remember when we were doing, what was it, the arms? Rather than doing stick arms, I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna pick up where I just stopped, and I'm gonna draw another wavy line right next to the one I just drew, and now it looks more like a tail. Okay, so the last thing we are gonna do is we're gonna add details. So our Wildcat is done. I think I wanna add some stripes onto my Wildcat, almost like a tiger. So I'm gonna go back in the face and in the body, and I'm gonna add some lines so it looks like they have stripes. You can add stripes or you can add spots. You can add anything else that you want to your Wildcat, okay? I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna add lots of stripes. So I'm just adding some single lines here on all 4 of the legs. And then after we do all that, we need to draw our Wildcat in the jungle. Because Wildcats are only found in the jungle. Sometimes they can be found in the zoo, but you would never have a Wildcat as a pet. Okay, so after I've added any details that I wanted to the cat, I need to make sure that it's outside. So instead of it just floating in space, let's draw some grass under it. I'm just gonna do a little squiggly line under it so it looks like they're standing in some grass. And then I'll add a circle for a sun in the sky. Maybe I'll add some sunshine lines and I can add some clouds. Add any more details that you want to your Wildcat, okay? All right, I think that's good for right now. So once you're done with all the details of your drawing, it's time to color. I'll get you one last close look at my drawing before it is colored. So this is what my Wildcat looks like, okay? All right, now I'm gonna go off of camera and I'm gonna color him really fast and then I will be back for the final product, okay? All right, I have finished my Wildcat drawing. Are you ready? Drum roll. Ta-da! There, they are done. He's completely colored in. I made sure to color in the background so he stands out even more. Now I didn't color the grass all the way to the bottom of the paper. That's okay, because if I move it down, you can't even tell. All right, that is it. Once you have finished coloring your Wildcat drawing, you are done. Remember to take a picture of it and post it onto Schoology so that I can see it and that so you can get your grade, okay? All right, you are all done. I hope you had fun and I will see you all next week, okay? Bye.